Welcome back, JDM Jamzter Sqauders. If you're watching this video, or anybody new who's watching my new video, go ahead and hit that like button, subscribe button, comment, share. Yes, sir. So if you're watching this video, you see in the title below that I'm installing new injectors. New injectors, more power. I don't know if you guys were paying attention to the actual video of the Acura Honda Classics video, but I did say something about, injectors. But if you did, that's good for you. If you didn't, here we go. So today it's gonna be on Demon. So I'm gonna be changing out the injectors. I'm gonna show you how to. I've already started. Well, not on the TSX. I already had a manifold already, a 9th gen manifold that I took this off, and I'm gonna reuse this the 9th gen fuel rail. And I'm already taking off the stock ones, and here are the brand new ones. Right here, ready, plug and play by Fuel Injector Clinic. You already know the vibes, yes sir. 525cc, more power. So first things first, if you have your cover still on, you're gonna want to take that off. So it's only a 10mm bolt, mine's is right there. And then second off, just beware, I'm gonna let you know right now, be very careful. You're gonna have, remember, you still have the car here, you just driven it. There is gonna be built up pressure in the fuel lines. So I'm gonna pre-warn you now. So in my recommendation, I can definitely say you should unloosen this first from this hose right here. And then all of it's gonna spew out, but you'll be perfectly fine. Then the next step, right? You're gonna start disconnecting each fuel injector. Mind you, these cars are very old and very fragile. You don't have to really worry about the clips unless you're gonna rewire it or reuse them. I'm thinking about rewiring it, I'm not sure yet, but yeah, and that's really it. So yeah. All right, so let's get started. So, like I said, 10mm impact. I only use the impact to unbolt things to make it faster process. Then after, I use the ratchet to tighten it. So yeah, so you're gonna need to basically unbolt this. Obviously, this is the ground wire, right? And make sure, don't forget to unplug this, just like as you unplug all these. And then next, and then next, you're gonna unbolt this, right? It should be, actually, it's not a 10. I thought that was a 10. So there's gonna be 2 bolts right here, as you can see. It's gonna be 12. So you're gonna need a 12 and 10mm, right? So you're gonna break it. Boom. And that fell on the ground, which is perfect. It fell somewhere, but either way, I have another one from the old manifold. And then basically, right, boom, take it up. And then now you gotta get a hammer. You see what I mean, I need the hammer for. All right, so now, next thing, you would get your flathead, and then you will see these little hooks right here, right? You have to take, there's 4 of them on each injector, and you have to take them off, pry them off. Make sure you don't lose them. Make sure you have them, because obviously you reuse them later. And then you slowly start prying them off. Like, you pry them off from the ends, and it just hooks off, just like that. See how it's pushing off? And you just basically gotta get the other end. And that's really it. So let's just get the rest.
А почему Кьюпер?
Alright, see, now the clips are off. Now you get your hammer, which you're also gonna need, right? And it's not what you're thinking. You get your hammer, right? Start putting it right here, right? And then you can start prying up. Well, not right there exactly, but get a lift. And boom, you're gonna see fuel. That's normal, all right? See all that fuel go out, you're gonna lose some gas. I know gas price is heavy right now, but it's normal. Yeah, look at all that fuel just spraying out. Boom. Now the fuel rail is completely disconnected. Let's put this on the ground so it can actually drain a little bit more. Then now, you just have to pull these up. Can't get it up. Boom, popped it out. You gotta pull with some force, by the way, so don't be afraid. There's nothing else holding it, so you just gotta pull it out. All right, so here's the new injector, right? 525cc. All right, you know I like the color, it's pretty, right? So make sure, right, if you're installing your new injectors, even on the directions of the Fuel Injector Clinic, it gives you, you know, basically the horsepower, whatever the case may be, blah blah. It says strict directions. Make sure you lube up your injector with motor oil. And that's what I did. You know, I'm gonna go with royal purple, even if it doesn't make a difference. You know, that's just how I am. And yeah, lube up the ends, slide through. I'm gonna lube up both ends just to be safe. These rubber pieces right here, lube them up, and then yeah, and then basically I'm just gonna start lubing it up, fitting it right in here. And most likely, from how I'm looking at it, I am gonna end up splicing these wires, because these clips are completely broken and they're doo-doo. So yeah, we're just gonna do that. All right guys, so I finished the wiring. I'm not gonna show you because it looks pretty shitty. I don't want you guys to follow it. But anyways, so I finished installing the injectors on the fuel rail itself. This is how it looks right now. Also, it doesn't have to be motor oil. It has to be something similar to motor oil, they said. But yeah, so just make sure you just slip it on through the ends. Make sure you get it on the rubber bushings itself so it can slide in easier. You know, like glue.
Fire for that.
Alright, so before you put this back on, right, you have the injectors on. Now you got to put on the metal clips, right? Make sure you put on the metal clips on correctly. So it goes down this way. So make sure the clips go on this way. Alright, it has to be in between and on the metal itself. Just like that. Hold it up. Side. Boom. Now it's on the metal. See, it's on the metal right there. It's supposed to be just like that. And you basically just do the rest for the rest of them, for all four. Alright, so now that I have it all lubed up now it's just time to place it in. Let me bring it down so you guys can see. Up. Yeah, don't worry about all that, guys.
Nigga!
Alright, so just gonna slide it in. And basically, yeah, that's just really it. And now you just basically put everything back together. And yeah, so I'm gonna clean up the wiring a little bit. And then bolting everything back together. And I'll show you guys the final product. Alright guys, so the moment of truth. Let's see it. Oh, before let's see it, let's take this hammer out. So far, so good. Injectors in, cleaned up. Test a little bit more. Let's rev it a little bit so the fuel can send. Sounded pretty good. Let's go check the dash. Everything on the dash looks good. If I had to check engine light, which is always there since I cut my cat. But running good. The idle's good and everything. Alright guys, just note to self also. So I gotta wait for it to get tuned now to make sure the car runs properly. Car's running good. It's running normal. The RPM is a little bit lower than it's lower than 900s by like 700 right now, but I'm not really complaining. So just make sure when you do this, you definitely do have to get tuned, because you know you have to balance out the air fuel ratio, or you're gonna be bogging. I'm not really bogging, but my acceleration is slower than it was originally, which is fine. So I gotta get a Honda or a K tuner, but whatever the case may be, but just giving you guys a heads up right now. All right guys, I hope you liked that video. It was pretty easy, it wasn't hard at all. It sounds good and still idling perfectly fine. So I'm about to go do a pull and basically just end off the video that way. So JDM Jamzter Sqauders, love you guys. Deuces.